Okay, I've just pressed record. We are laying, welcome to Yoga Life today and the Pilates lunchtime class. We are beginning lying down on your back. If you're at home and you have a roller, use a roller. If not, a bolster or rolled up towel. And maybe if you've got something like some weights or cans of chickpeas or something like that, these are just half-kilo weights. And we're going to begin doing some lovely arm opening and breathing exercises. So inhale through your nose and open your arms out. And then breathe out through your mouth and bring the weights together. So I'll just show you so you can see everyone. When you're doing this, it's a tree hug. So it's a slight bend at the elbow. The idea of bringing the weights together is to keep your shoulders. So notice here my shoulders, just watch here. When you do this tree hug, it's not the shoulders coming in. It's like you're hugging a big beach ball or a tree. And lower this all down to below your shoulders. So don't let the weights and the arms lift up above your shoulders. So this is a tree hug position. Good. How's that feel, Dean? Good. We're working with your arms, but always align your feet, knees and hips. And press firmly down into your feet so your knees don't roll out. Good. Breathe in through your nose to open out and then breathe out through your mouth. Good. And keep your arms, so just across the chest, Jasmine, and keep your arms like quite straight. So it's quite an opening shape. Good. If you don't want me to touch you or adjust you, just kind of let me know. Just bringing your feet there. Sorry, my hands are cold. Good. So bring your feet together, yeah. Good. Yeah, good. That's it there. Excellent. You feeling okay today, Karen? Good. That looks good, everyone. So we're going to add on here. Now, through class, all of these add-ons are levels of Pilates. So just do the level that suits you the best today. So if you're not on a roller and you're on a bolster, you'll be able to float your knees up without falling off. So keep your arms still. If you want to pick the second leg up, you can. If not, keep one foot down. Now, your right arm comes overhead. So look here. So it's a straight arm. And keep your arm straight. So don't let it hang all the way down. And then bring it back in. Change arms. So just get the arms going first. So a straight arm goes back and a straight arm pulls back down. If this is too much, you could lower the arm down rather than overhead. So coordinate now. When you take your left arm overhead, take your right leg away from the midline. Then pull it everything back to the center. So you're just moving your opposite arm and leg, and then bring it back to center. So I'll let you kind of process all of those cues and that information. So if you get confused, come back to hands above shoulders, knees above hips. And also make sure that you're feeling it in your core, not like starting to hold tension in your back. So put your feet down if you feel like you need to adjust your pelvis. And keep tucking and pulling your belly button to your spine a little bit more when you're on the bolster. So we're working a slightly more flattened back. Good. Now you might be wondering why we're on a bolster, and hopefully you can feel that extra arm range when you take the arms below the bolster. It should feel quite nice. It's also a bit of a balancing tool. Now come back to alignment, hands above shoulders, knees above hips. Good. Just with your left foot, tap it down to the ground. Keep your knee bent. Pick it up, change sides. So when you come into your toe taps here, keep the angle at the knee the same. Let me see what those heaters are on. That's cool. Good. Well done, everyone. So tapping one foot down and then the other. Okay, I've just turned them down. They were up for the previous class. Good. All right, so then put just your left foot down on the ground. Keep your balance. And then stretch both arms overhead. We're going to add your chest lift in here. So curl up and stretch the right leg away from you. And then bend and come back down. Breathe out to curl up. We'll do 5 straightening your right leg, and then we'll change sides. Good. And just notice things like your left foot, like don't let your left knee and left foot roll out to the side. So changing sides, everybody, take time first of all to press your right foot down so it's in line with your right hip, and then floating your left knee up, curl up, and you've got 5 chest lifts on the other side. So if you're going to keep your arms straight, don't worry about, it's never about like get the weights to the ground. So arms straight, because as soon as you start to bend them, you're using different muscles. So all these kind of fussy cues, that I'm saying, sorry, I took my long jumper off, Sophia, and the mic came off. They're just so that you're working the right muscles in Pilates, and things like bent elbows means it's a different muscle group. We want to move from your whole torso and back. So everyone, when you're even on that side, put both feet back down on the ground. So weights up in the air, and we'll do full circles, stretching the arms all the way out. Curl up as you bring your hands under your thighs, and then roll back down. So keep both feet down for this one, and look down towards your pubic bone. Keep it anchored. And we'll do 2 more here. Good. On this next one, stay curled up and just put the weights down. Grab the back of your thighs and keep pulling yourself up. And then once you're there, just move your pelvis back, but hold on to the back of your thighs again. So this is your C curve. You're only rolling down this section of your back. So roll your lower back towards the bolster, and then roll yourself back up. Good. So as you roll back, your arms should go straight. So shoulders don't round, drop them down, and then pull the belly into spine, and then come up. So just watch this first move. It doesn't, it's not shoulders forward. They stay back. You're curling from your lower deep core muscles. So pubic bone is curling towards you, and then roll up. So holding on is one option. Otherwise, arms up and curl back, and then curl up. Isn't it nice on the bolster? Very nice. Be careful, Dean. I mean nice as in it's not as hard and brutal as a yoga mat. Excellent. And if you're going to try and get more of the curl, so go less. Always for you, smaller range, because you've got the range to go back. It's actually about trying to find the movement pattern. So not with the head. It's this section is curling. So do it slowly and yeah. Good. All right, everybody. So now grab your hand weights. You all made that look way too easy. Lift the hand weights up in front of you. Now curl back and stay back. Good. When you're back here, keep the belly into spine and lift the hand weights up. So notice, like with just these light hand weights, when you lift your arms, you should feel your core working more. So if that's too much, just come up a little bit. And then roll yourself back up. Did that work a bit better for you? That was because Dean said it was too easy before, so you can give Dean the bad looks. So again, now this time our tree hug, so elbows wide, curl back, keep the balls together, and then twist towards me. And it's the chest that you're twisting, elbows wide. Elbows wide, balls together, good. Balls together. Drop your elbows, good. And then come back to center. So everyone, like it's a tree hug, so don't have the balls in so close. Take them away. Other side. Keep the circle. Don't squash your tree. And then come up. So the rotation is coming through your waist. So the arms stay wide and away from the body. You can put the weights down at any time. Keep your knees still as you transfer to the other side. Just look at your knees and then back to center and curl up. Breathe out. Twist. Aren't you glad they're only half a kilo? So press your feet into the ground, toes into the ground. Good. And then roll up. Last one. Roll back. Twist. Not just the arm, twist the body. So that weight stay in the middle of the chest. Other side. Center and up. Good. Stretch your legs wide. So position your pelvis where you're rolling your pelvis forward. So don't worry about it's not about how wide your legs are, it's this position. So Jasmine, you'd be better to straddle the bolster to try and get this position. So sit back on the other one, on the long one, yeah. So this straddled position, roll your pelvis forward, good, and so you want to poke your bottom out behind you and just move the other bolster out of the way. Lift the arms up. Good. And then we'll do it without weights, and then option is with weights. So just like you did before, but we're going forward, pull the belly button back into the spine. Don't let your shoulders lift near your ears and curl forward. Hands stay shoulder height. Good. And then roll yourself back up. So you want it to come from your core. So belly button in, shoulders wide, neck long. Try and curl, not hinge. And if there is a wall behind you, you round your spine back up to the wall. So either keep your hands just floated, or you can hold weights and do the same thing. Try and keep your hands up, hands up. So hands up, so you don't look down so much. So look, so it's more of a curl. So at that point there, ribs back, you're hinging. So you want to, yes. So yes, that's it. So it's really a round spine. Good. Much better, yeah. Good, 2 more there. So with or without the weights, take your arms wide. If you've got weights, you might want to pick them up. So you're resting in the palm. Twist towards me. The weight that is now closest to me, turn it down. Reach to the outside of your foot. Back arm comes under. Saw forward and back. So try and look at your back arm. And keep your arms lifted. Last one. And then come back to center. Good. So we'll do it to the other side. So twist. And then your back hand lifts up. Your front arm is down. 3 times going forward and back. Keeping your legs still. Keeping your hips stable. And then lift up. Arms wide. Rotate. Good. Lift the arms. That's it. Forward and back. Good, well done. Last one. And then come all the way up and just put your weights down. Good work, everybody. So turn your bolsters so they're in the middle of your mat facing me. Good, and then come on to your, let's all face me with your head on the right side of the mat and your feet on the left. So if you want to bring weights, you can. When you position your body, we're all different lengths. So you're trying to position your body so your feet are lifted. And this bottom elbow is underneath your shoulder. So lift your ribs up. So bring the hand underneath your ribs here. There, under your ribs. And then pull yourself up like this. Good. So do that again. So slouch down. So this is where you'll end up probably fatiguing too. You use the muscles to pull up. Good. So now your option is to put your hand on your hip. If you need some balance, hand down or arm up with the weight. Up to you. All right, so let's move your top leg back, your bottom leg forward, and then switch. So if you're going to go towards the cubes more, your whole body, like, yeah, and then your bottom foot will be up. Yeah, but keep pushing away. Yes, good. Even if you've got to keep your hand down, that's a better option. And keep moving more. Yeah, that's it. Bottom leg lifted. Fantastic. Good. Keep that pushing away from the ground, everyone. Oh, has your friend called you? No? Good. Yeah, it's great, Dean. Well done. So let's add this lovely rotation in. When your leg goes back, bring the weight or the arm to me. And then when you come to center, everything's aligned. Then when you go behind you, turn your chest back, not just the weight, turn your body back. And then back to center, balance. So try not to move around too much. Keep that stability. You reach, center, and behind. Good. Center, and reach. Up. Turn your eyes back, don't just let the weight. So just watch here. It's not kind of just letting the arm go back. This is a twist of the chest, so the spine twists back. Try one more forward and back. Good. Now find the middle. Push it, so do a few shrugs and then up. At any time you can take the bolster away and just lay on your side. And if your neck doesn't feel good like this, if you want to support your neck, you can support your neck. You'd probably want to have your hand down for that one. Yeah. All right, so the top leg is now circling. But try and keep your body still in a straight line. So bottom leg stays still and straight. So keep reaching your bottom leg. Find your balance. Good, you're collapsing, so lift your ribs up. That's it, good. Do less, it's okay to take breaks. Just always pick like modifying it with hand down so you've got good form rather than sort of doing it in bad form. Quality of movement. Change directions if you haven't already. Good. You've got 3 and 2. Good. Last one. Okay, we have one more, everybody. So hand can be down for this one if you need a bit of help. So try and lift and lower without your hip coming up near your ribs. So you're fatiguing here, so take a break and then try and set yourself. Good. 3 more. Good form. That's really good. Okay, this is your last one. And now you get the nice bit. Lay on your back. Keep your hips up on top and then lay on your back. So the leg you just worked, your left leg, your foot goes onto your right knee and then pull it in. So taking the glute stretch. Now I'm going to stay in this position before we do the other side and bring your knees together. And they're directly above your hips and everything is stacked together, feet together, ankles together, hands on the bolster. So pull the belly button down to the bolster as you tap both feet towards the ground. So this position here, pubic bone down, make sure your ribs are also back on the mat. And then breathe out to lift the weight of your knees. So if it's too much with double legs, just do single. That's a modification. Breathe out and then lift up. Good. All right, now hold your legs like this. Take both knees over towards me for a spine twist. Your back hip will lift off the bolster, the ankles and knees together, and then take it back to the center and then to the back wall. So keep the ribs down as you twist your knees and hips side to side and squeeze your legs together. Feet are lifted up. So this tabletop position, just watch here, it doesn't sort of pivot and drop like that. You're taking your legs over and then center. Good. So don't be tempted to go too far and lose form. If you wanted to make this harder, you do it with straight legs. So that's like a pendulum swing. So this move can take us into corkscrew. So I'll just show you, when you come towards me, you let the legs lower and around, and then if you wanted to lift the hips up off the bolster, you peel up. And then roll back down on the bolster, take the legs to the right and go down, around, and you don't have to lift up. You can just come back to center and then change directions. So when the legs are going down, that's the hardest part of your core work there. But when the legs lift over your head, don't let the feet drop. So they lift and peel up to the ceiling. And then the spine rolls down. The legs go the opposite way. And move your legs like they're bound together, like just one leg. That's good, Fiona, well done. So doing one more in each direction. And then when you finish this, let the legs rest down on the mat and just take a few moments there, letting the spine just extend the other way. Oh, doesn't that feel nice? No? So gradually make your way onto your side, and then we bring your head where your feet are and set up your side lie position. So we're doing your other side of the glute. Face the front. So it's that pressing up and away from the ground. So if you start to collapse here, you're much better to like keep a hand down and work on your alignment of your spine and core. You can always keep your bottom foot down for more support if you need to. All right, let's switch it. Come this way more, Fiona, and then your feet will lift up. Yeah. So you've got all the options there. Good. Once you set up your alignment and your stability on this side, push away from the mat. Keep that bottom shoulder like pushing away. Yeah. Now you can add in bringing the arm forward when the leg goes back. Now remember, when you take it back, it's the chest that takes you back. The leg kicks forward. Center and here. And make the move smaller if you need to. Hips stay very still. So imagine if you've got headlights on your hips, they shine to the front wall. So Jenny, go down that way more on your bolster. It'll be easier towards the door. Yeah. Yeah. And make the move a bit smaller. It's very different this side, isn't it? Yeah. Keep the leg up. That's it. Good. Now find your balance, and then the bottom back leg circles. Just hold your bottom leg still. 8 to 10 circles in each direction. So if you wanted to support your head and neck, you can come down. I would probably say if you're on an elbow, keep your hand on the ground for stability. Change directions if you haven't. Try and keep your eyes looking forward. Hand is sort of behind your head rather than on your cheek. So try and bring your head back. That's better, yeah. Good. Ear is away from your bottom shoulder. Good. All right, so your last one here, align yourself and then just doing your lifts and lowers. Keep your waist lengthened. So Karen, this is a good one to work on, not so high. So reach it to the front door. Reach, that's it. Keep the space between your rib and hip. Keep pulling it down. Good. Now we will come back and stretch that glute, I promise. I'm sure you won't let me forget either. But for now, drop the ball and turn over onto your forearms in a forearm plank and walk your body forward so the bolster is down near your knees. So pulling your belly button up and pushing away from the ground. Bend, your knees are together and your legs are reaching straight. If you need more support, you could move back. So it's more on your thighs. So bend at your left knee, heel to back side, just one kick and then reach, change sides. Heel to back side and then reach. Now, as you're holding your plank, try and pull the belly button up to the spine. Keep pushing away from the ground. Ribs up. Good. Knees together. Good. Don't drop your head. That's like a 7-kilo weight on the end of your spine. So think of this head as a part of the spine, reaching to the wall in front of you. Good. Now let's try doubles. So bring both heels to back side and squeeze like you were squeezing the chi ball the other day, and then point the toes and lengthen. Heels to back side. Try not to bend in your back. So when you bring your heels in, tummy up. Bend. Keep lifting your core muscles up. Do 2 more of these. Now, flex through your ankles so your toes are just touching the ground. And then start to push up on your hands. Good. So stretch the legs straight, toes on the ground. So tuck your, you've got your ankles really stretching to that back wall. Now, if you can take your hands under you more, you can. And then try and lift your chest up and look up. So feel that big extension there. Good. So hands are right back under you. So now you can lift your thighs up off the bolster in high plank. Lift the hips up level with the shoulders. Up higher, up higher, up higher. Yes. Good. Hips are level with shoulders, not higher. And your head is very forward of your hands. So on your tippy toes, push your head more forward. Now, this is where your hands and your feet stay as you push back to your down dog. If you need to adjust, you can, but then try and keep them in the same position as you go between your high plank and your down dog. So lift the hips, pull up to the belly, and then back down. Two more. Good. And then make this one your last. Your knees land on the bolster. Hands stay under the shoulders. Pick both feet up. If you want to use the ball for this, you can. So you're going to take your right leg back, like we did when we were lying on the bolster, and your left arm forward with your left foot up off the mat to balance. Just holding and breathing. So if you wanted to make it easier, left toes would touch the ground. Good. Now lower your left hand. Arrange your alignment again, stretching your left leg back, right toes off the ground. So try and bring your hands under you so your back is a tabletop. So lift your body up and then lift your right arm up. So bring your left hand back more. Good. Square your shoulders and your hip to the mat. Drop your left hip to the mat. Drop it down. That's it. So left, rather than being like that, it's faces. So keep thinking 2 headlights on your hip bones, and now they're facing the mat. Right arm is holding straight. Lots of balance, lots of core, lots of stability. Well done. Fantastic. And then put your weights down. Now I'm going to give you your right glute stretch that I promised you. So sit back down, face me, and you're sitting on the right side of your bolster. We've just got to do that right glute stretch. So pick up your right leg and bring it around and twist and look back behind you, pulling your knee in. Excellent. And then turn back towards me. Just push the bolster out of the way. Good. And lay down on your back. Good. All right. So let's curl up into a bridge. So arrange your feet and knees like they were at the start of class. And then curl your hips up off the mat. So when you're pressing your pelvis up and down here, that's the glute and hamstrings that are pushing up and down, not the chest. So keep pressing up and down through the glutes for 8. Now I'm going to keep kind of throwing a few options in here. So just take breaks if you need to for this series. Press the hands into the ground. And do the same presses, but with your right knee in the air. So you're pressing up and down just with one leg. And if you need to put 2 feet down, put 2 feet down. So it's not a low press, it's a high one. So try and press up in that small range. Don't let the hips drop. Good. Keep pressing. Push the right foot down, change sides. And your reference point is always like hips are stable. Notice if there is that difference in the sides that we've been working on today. Good. Now both feet down, but lift your heels up off the ground. If you need to walk your feet in closer, you can, and keep pressing. So open the front of the pelvis, press the hips up and down. Align your knees so they've got like that toning weighted ball between your knees. Now keep pressing last series, heels together, knees apart in a little frog position. So hopefully you have all found your glutes, your hamstrings, the openness in your hips. Now last little challenge here, keep in your frog position but push your heels to the ground and then stretch your right leg out on the line of your right thigh so it's on an angle. Now try not to kick your thighs around, just bend at your knee, bring the heel back to meet the other heel and change sides. So your thighs stay still. Now you're in a turnout here. It's the frog position with your knees wide but heels together. Keep changing sides, move less range. Don't kick the leg up. Good. One more each side. Excellent. And then roll the spine all the way down. Beautiful. Well done, everyone. Pull the knees into your armpits and then feet to the ceiling. Take hold of your arches of your feet, happy baby pose, and just rock side to side. Wonderful. All right, we're going to make our way up to standing now. So on the way up, grab the toning balls and we're going to do our lunge series. So come to stand. You are almost there. So when we come into your lunges, you will step your left leg forward. Your right heel is lifted and the hand weights are down by your side. Good. So first move is to bend just your front left knee, your back leg stays straight. So come down deep into it and check that you can see your toes out the front there. Good. So notice here, I'm not pushing up and down this time, I'm actually pushing back and then pulling forward. So push back, pull forward. And have a look at the tracking of that left knee. Line it up with the middle of your foot. Push back, stay low, back heel stays up, and then pull forward. That's it. So it's a forward and back movement. Good. Excellent. So now you've got that. Bend it, come forward, lean forward, and lift the arms up. So this is like your dart position here. Now it's a smaller move, but go deeper in your left knee bend and then just push back a little bit. And then go deeper and try and keep the hand weights lifted. Hopefully you can feel the work through your left glute as you push the left heel into the ground. So all these little add-ons, feel free to stay at this level. If not, bend, lean forward and float the back leg up. Now your left knee is bending and straightening. Can you still try and keep your arms higher than your hips? 4 more left knee bends. And then bend so much the back foot touches the ground and your hands come down on either side of your left ankle and rock back for a hamstring stretch. Try and pull the left hip back, keeping the length through the waist. Now, come forward, step the feet together, and then lunge your left leg back. Good. Right knee bends, and then curl yourself up. All right, so we'll do that same movement forward and back. Good. Keep bringing both hips facing forward and stay low, so push forward and back. Bend the front knee forward and back. Good. Hopefully you feel like a nice stretch through the left hip as well as the work. Focus on the good, everyone. So now come forward, lean forward, lift the arms up in your dart. It's a smaller movement. Go deeper and push back a bit. Go so your knees coming over the toes. Try and hinge from your hips. So lean forward so you're on that line from the crown of your head to your back foot. Now lean so far forward that the back leg floats up off the ground. Bend and straighten your right leg. Three more knee bends. And now bend so much, back foot finds the ground, weights find the ground, and push back for your stretch. So we have one little challenge to finish off with. Second day, last day of the push-up challenge. So we're going to finish off with some push-ups. So where your weights are is where your hands are going to go. And then step your feet back. Now you can drop to knees. Keep your body, your head forward of your hands, body in a straight line. And just however many you want to do. Like, it's quality. So don't have to do any more than 10. Bring your hands right back. So your head is forward of your hands. That's it. Don't drop your head, Jasmine. So think of the head, it's lifting up to the ceiling. Good. It only lowers a little bit in line with your spine because your elbows are bending. And the Pilates push-ups are those tricep push-ups, elbows behind you. Fantastic, everyone. Well done. Just a few more there. And then when you've had enough, you push up into down dog. Push back. And pedal through your feet. Walk your feet to your hands in a forward fold position. If you can reach for your weights, grab your weights and then roll up halfway and just hang. Let the head hang, let the body hang. Maybe the arms just roll around in the arm sockets. And then very slowly start to roll yourself all the way up. Rolling up and float the weights up and overhead. Take a big breath in, look up. And then lower the weights all the way down. Roll the shoulders. Well done, everybody. Thank you for coming for another week of Pilates. See you next week. Bye, Sophia.